Hi, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about our taste program here at Hills and how we work to make all of our pet foods taste great. When most people think about Hills, what comes to mind is our reputation as a leader in clinical nutrition. And this is our core and our foundation, and it's what we feel we do better than anyone in the industry. From the development of what eventually became known as Canine KD back in the 30s to the launch of our revolutionary Metabolic Plus products today. What we also do is make great tasting pet foods because the pets have to want to eat the food in order for the nutrition to be delivered. Great taste is a win-win for everyone. If the pet food tastes good, the dogs and cats will enjoy eating it, and the pet parents will feel good about giving their pet something that they not only enjoy eating, but that they also can see them enjoy eating, and it's healthy for them. And in addition, this hopefully will help them stick to the nutritional recommendation that is best for their pet. So the question has to be asked, how do we know what tastes good to dogs and cats? Well, they tell us what they prefer. And they do this in a preference test. A preference test is just very simply a taste test for dogs and cats. They're given two foods to choose from, and they're allowed to eat as much of those two foods as they would like. And the amount that they consume of each food is measured and then statistically analyzed at a 95% confidence interval. And then we, the scientists, get a report back that tells us whether the dogs or cats preferred one food over the other, or if there was no preference between the two foods. But they're dogs and cats, so even though they can tell us what they prefer through these preference tests, they can't tell us why they make the decisions they make. So in order to help us understand that, we have a couple other research tools that we work with. We have a human sensory panel, and we also have an analytical group that conducts a large array of analytical analyses. And these help us dig down into the foods to understand what's different about them and what's driving the preferences of our pets. So then we can take these leads and we can conduct research on all of our different foods to understand how to make them taste great. And we do this in 4 areas that we call our fundamentals of great taste. And those 4 areas are enhancing taste, production processes, aesthetics, and also the ingredients that we use to make our foods. So enhancing taste is an area that's really unique to pet food. And we use specialty ingredients called taste enhancers. And taste enhancers are very similar to the seasonings that you use in human food. They are used at very low inclusion levels and they don't really impact the nutrition. And similar to seasonings, the same taste enhancers don't work well in all different types of foods. You really have to choose the right one for the food that you are working with. An example of this is our feline KD. Feline KD is a wonderfully efficacious food because of the nutrition, which is really based on controlled levels of protein and low mineral levels. But that means that we needed a really unique taste enhancer for using in this food. So we spent a couple of years working on a specialty taste enhancer for feline KD, and we developed what is now called our EAT technology, which stands for Enhanced Appetite Trigger. When we tested our new feline KD with the EAT technology with a group of cats that have kidney insufficiencies, we saw that 9 out of 10 of those sick cats significantly preferred the new KD with the EAT technology. In addition, they actually consumed 17% more calories on average, which is extremely important because when you're dealing with cats with kidney insufficiencies and renal disease, they have low appetite, so we really want them to eat more foods. So the next of our fundamentals that we look at are the production processes we use to make our foods. One area that we have used production to get to a great tasting end product is with our new stews. With our stews, we've used some novel, natural, great tasting ingredients and combined them with a proprietary processing technique never before used in the pet food industry. And the end result is an exciting new form. Our stews smell savory and delicious. They look appealing and have ingredients that pet parents recognize and feel good about feeding their pets. And they taste great, and pets absolutely love eating them. In addition, they contain the full strength efficacy of all of our nutrition. We've led development with our prescription diet products, and we will be following with our science diet products as well. So this will give pet parents another option for feeding their pets with the right nutrition. So the third of our fundamentals is the aesthetics of our foods. These are things like size and shape and texture, which can have a lot of impact on how enjoyable, how easy the foods are to eat, and therefore how much the dogs and cats like them. And dogs and cats have different preferences when it comes to aesthetics. Our dogs tend to prefer kibble that is a little softer and chewier, and they also tend to prefer kibble that's larger. And this is all relative. When we're talking about kibble is hard. So when we say soft and chewy, we don't mean, very soft and chewy, just it's a little easier for them to chew and eat. And when we're talking about larger, this is relative to the size of the dog. So we've done research with dogs all the way from small and toy up to giant breed. And what we found was the small and toy dogs don't prefer as large a kibble as the giant breed, but they tend to select a slightly larger kibble when they're given a choice. Cats, on the other hand, prefer a kibble that is crunchier and crispier, and they also prefer kibble that is cleaner, so less grease and fewer crumbs on the surface. And cats really care about the shape of kibble. They tend not to like kibble that has a hole in the middle of it, so like a donut-shaped kibble. And what they tend to prefer are things like discs and pillows and triangles. So the last of our fundamentals is the ingredients that we use to make our foods. Now, of course, we're going to use ingredients to make our foods, but there are thousands of ingredients out there for us to choose from. And we can deliver the same nutrition by selecting different ingredients. So we can bring protein and fat and vitamins and minerals into our foods using any one of a number of ingredients. And all of those ingredients have their own pros and cons, one of which is the taste. So to understand which ingredients really matter to cats and dogs when it comes to taste, we've conducted a lot of research with over 500 PAL tests. And we've taken that data and been able to build a library of information on the ingredients that are preferred by dogs and cats. And then we've been able to use this knowledge broadly to help us be more targeted in our ingredient selection, choosing great tasting ingredients that combine to deliver superior nutrition in all of our foods. So that's a very quick overview of our taste program at Hills. And our goal, not just in taste technology, but throughout all of Hills, is to live our mission statement, which is to help enrich and lengthen the special relationship between people and their pets. And making our pet food taste great really does help transform the lives of our pets so that they are both healthy and happy. And we all want happy pets.